Hey folks, how's it going? This is Mr. Murray coming to you with a do now for March 26, 2020. This is a do now again on bearings, specifically focusing on distance. Today we're actually going to then begin to branch out and talk about how we can also find the bearing, but for right now we're just going to focus on distance. So Big Yachtie's luxury yacht set sail from Port Oprah at 10 a.m., heading due north at 50 knots, okay, or 50 nautical miles per hour. At 1 p.m., it changes course to 40 degrees. Okay, that's the new bearing. Find the ship's distance from Port Oprah at 4:30 p.m. Okay, so hopefully you've had a chance to really absorb our problem-solving strategy. So, right, our goal is to underline and highlight the important information. Maybe draw a picture. We're going to make a triangle out of that picture, and then we're going to solve the problem. All right, so what I want you to do, I want you to pause the video. I want you to try to use our problem-solving process to solve this problem. All right, and then when you're ready, unpause, and I'll show you how to solve it. All right, so here we go. We need to find the distance from Port Oprah. Okay, so let's look at the important information right here. So we're setting sail at 10 a.m. We're heading due north, speed of 50 knots. 1 p.m. we're changing course to 40. And we need to know the distance at 4:30 p.m. Okay. So I'm going to start here. Here's going to be my boat. Okay, and I know that due north means literally straight north, straight up. Due any direction means just go straight in that direction. So due south means dead south. Due east, due west. Okay, so worth noting. Okay, now 1 p.m. means that I know I'm going to be maintaining this for 3 hours. Okay, and so at 50 nautical miles per hour for 3 hours, I'm going 150 nautical miles. And NM sometimes is used for another measurement like nanometers, but hopefully we know this means nautical miles. Now, at 1 p.m., it's going to change its course, okay? And so as I've suggested, we're going to redraw our compass. And we remember that 40 degrees is the same thing as north 40 east. That is 40 degrees east of north. Remember, when you see nothing at all, that's what that means, okay? So 40 degrees east of north. And then it's going to get here at 4:30. So that's going to be another 3.5 hours, okay? Right, because 2:30, 3:30, or 2, 3, 4, 4:30. So I'm going to go 50 times 3.5. And if you want to use your calculator to figure that out. So we're going 50 miles per hour, or nautical miles per hour, for 3.5 hours. It's going to give us 175 nautical miles. So it's almost isosceles. And so what I need to know is I now need to know this distance right here. And actually, I'm going to change my color here. Let's do green so we can clearly see. I want to find this lime green distance right here. Okay, so let's label a couple more things. So first of all, we know that this is due north. So let me get back to my pen. I am going to hit this right here. I'm going to have a 90-degree angle right here. And then since this is 40, this is the complement. So it's another 50 degrees because this has to be 90. So that means the entire angle of interest that I'm going to be cosigning for my angle is 90 plus 50, which is 140 degrees. So remember, the big thing is with the distance, the hardest thing is you have to be able to find the angle. So we're just going to use some logic here and put it together. This is why, though, it is extremely important to really be meticulous when you're creating your diagram. Okay, so what I know is the distance squared is 150 squared plus 175 squared. I'm going to have to move the cosine over just so I know I've got enough room. Okay, minus 2 times 150 times 175 cosine 140. So here we go. 150 squared. 150 squared plus, and it looks like I gotta actually type this in, plus 175 squared minus 2 times 150 times 175 cos 140. And what we get is that the distance squared is approximately 93342.33, let's call it 333 nautical miles. And so what we're going to do is and you can either just plug the answer right in by doing second this to put the answer right in there. That's fine with me. Or you can just type in the rounded version. Just make sure you're consistent. Okay, and so what I get is the distance is approximately equal to 305.5 nautical miles. Okay, that's the distance between that they are from Port Oprah, okay, at that time. Now, just a couple quick reminders. Please make sure you're being very, again, meticulous with your setup of your diagram. And also, a thing that you're going to want to remember is that I'm only rounding to one decimal place because I'm stating a final answer. All right. As we move into bearings and actually finding the bearing from Point Oprah or from Port Oprah, we are going to want to be sure that we keep a little bit more of those decimal places because this might end up being used in an intermediate calculation. Okay, so just be aware of that. Okay, so hopefully you found this video helpful. I do hope that you got the right answer there. So just keep up the good work. Keep plugging away at it. Keep the questions coming. And remember, you can do it. All right, best of luck with today's activities. Send me questions anytime, and have a wonderful day.